Yeah. Okay, now this bullpen's really brought to you by Dream Glove Co. So it's about to get loud in here. Cheddar cheese. Also, I was going to say, when you talked about earlier the one knee stance, I was going to say I haven't yet to have a catcher in the last maybe 3 years not do a one knee.
Is that distracting to you?
The only thing for me, and you and I have talked about this, I think, on several occasions, is don't get too small.
Oh, okay.
A lot of guys with one knee, some guys, yeah. So like they'll comfort will be like this.
No,
and,
that's not good.
And I'm not and it could change, right? Because I think a lot of guys they see the glove, and that's all they see. For me, I'm like body.
You have to be body. In my opinion. I'm not telling you how to pitch, but you have to look at the body.
Yeah.
Because you're going to throw to a moving target no matter what, right?
Right.
Every baseball player, I think, throws to a moving target.
Right.
First base, second base, right? If you're fielding a ground ball from short, you're throwing to a moving target.
Right.
Yeah, you're throwing to the bag.
Right.
But you have an idea of where you're throwing the ball. Yeah.
So that's my biggest thing is like, honestly, I don't care whatever you want to do, but like if I'm trying to go.
What I want to do, it should be what you want to do.
Exactly. And that's the conversation that I've had with a lot of guys over the past couple of years is like, obviously I want to set you up for your ability to be successful and give me calls.
Right.
But at the same time, like we're going to be better equipped to be better in the game if I'm comfortable throwing to you.
Absolutely.
And that's something I had to learn the hard way, honestly, because like, you never really want to be the guy that's like, hey, I don't like that. Do something different, Again,
I have to serve what you want.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work, then we have to come to some sort of a common ground.
Right.
Hey, this is how I want you to be.
Yeah.
This is what's going to allow me to be more mentally in tune.
Yeah, and I mean, a pitcher has to know that too, right?
Right.
Like a pitcher's got to know like what it takes for him to be at his best too. I'm going to start a little glove side, Johnny. Glove side a little elevated. And this one for me has been the tough part. Because like a lot of guys, yeah, exactly. We talked about that last year, yeah?
Yeah.
The little elevation.
So
a lot of guys will do this, Johnny, right here.
I'm not a big fan of that. I've had conversations with people about it.
About the elevating your trunk?
I don't like this. What if I start here, right? And I work, boom. If I catch it at the mask, I mean, I would say that it's probably going to be at the height of the zone, right? My mask is in the zone.
Yeah, I don't like late movement.
Gotcha.
I'm very, what's the word? I'm a stickler when it comes to like those little things that catchers will do that for some reason it's not a conscious thing that throws me off, but it just does, right?
I get you.
So guys with an aggressive relaxation of the wrist will kind of throw me off too.
So if I do this.
Yeah, so yeah, like the aggressive, like, okay, here's my sights, and then I lift, and then and then here. I've realized that late. But do your setup how you would do it for like just a little shade glove side elevated. Yeah, see, to me that's late, and it kind of throws me off.
Too much then?
So what's the reason why you don't like just staying where you were at?
In case of that last pitch, right? Let's say that's over.
You're not going to get there.
I'm not going to get there.
You're not.
If I'm straight.
So we had this talk. I had the privilege of working with Rockies catcher, not Elias Diaz, the other one.
Dom Nunez.
Yeah, I had the pleasure of working with him in Puerto Rico this last winter. And we talked literally about this, and we were talking about how, like, he said the same thing, because he wants, what is that, zone 17 or something? He wants that.
Right.
So if he goes here, you're not going to get the call even if it is a strike, because you have to go from high to low. Umpire's going to give up. So for me, I said, okay, well, I'm also much more inclined to hit this guy with the posture preset.
Right.
Because if I throw it here, and even if it's a strike, I still miss my spot. Like, I don't deserve that.
I understand.
Okay. I see. That was a little less subtle on your end, right?
Tried to.
Yeah, I got you. Okay.
All right, I'm going to do it your way.
Yeah. Easy money.
See, now that's the conversation you and I need to have.
It's just,
right?
it's weird. Like it's, and I learned this by doing a lot of live ABs with a net in the back. And it was just a subconscious thing because when there's a net, it's a good size, right? It's like the whole thing. And it freed me up, like from a mechanical standpoint. It was one of those things that like is a subconscious, I'm setting sights, I'm just looking at it like that last pitch, it just looked easier for me to execute the pitch. The other ones, there was like this sense of restriction, it felt like a little bit more difficult to execute the pitch due to the sights that I was setting weren't exactly where the ball I wanted it to go.
So is your sight here or is your sight max?
But that's the thing is like I've always tried to be a guy that like aim small, miss small, aim for like a spot in the glove.
Right.
I actually now when I set sights at like, okay, so your body frame and then I'm setting sights in the middle of that body frame.
Absolutely.
So it's like almost at your catcher's chest.
So what if I did this?
Yeah. Because like that last one, like that's a strike.
Yeah.
You know? But if I hold on to that just a little bit longer and it's down here, you're going to have a tough time going from elevated to then down and try to come up, right?
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah. But see, like, that's the one that I would say, like, okay, we're just not going to get. Now, if you're...
But it's out of the zone.
It's out of the zone. And that's something that I've had to, as I've gotten more accustomed to throwing up in the zone, that I've just had to be like, okay, then, you know, that's a ball. Like, oh, well, move to the next one.
Absolutely.
You know? All right, we'll work some cutters here. Middle. Arm side cheddar. Arm side cut.
Ground ball right there.
Is that starting in the same spot as that fastball? Okay, do I have more depth on that one that's arm side than I do the glove side?
Correct.
Yep. Now, are you body shifting on cutters, or are you trying to stay quiet?
I'm doing more glove. I'm trying to keep my body as still as possible.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to attack the ball side of the movement, right? So
explain what that means, ball side of the movement.
Yeah, good question. So I'm glove shading more than I'm doing body shading.
And that just means like, okay, so your body's here on the black with an arm side cutter.
If is this your intended spot?
Yeah, so I'm trying to end it there. I mean, obviously count dependent.
Right.
If I'm behind, I'm obviously shading more plate.
Correct.
Now, if I'm going because I'm really starting to fall in love with like ahead of the count arm side cutters to righties for an early give up. So like I'm just setting sights instead of like at your glove, maybe your left shoulder to end there.
Gotcha.
Right? But I know from my own like identification of my pitches that when I go arm side with my cutter, it gets a little bit bigger than it does glove side.
Definitely. So having heard that, right? So you're starting it here. You want it to end at target, right? Or mid target. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to get a couple balls off the plate with my pocket. So that's what I mean by getting on the outside. So if you're starting it here, just right off the black, maybe a couple more inches off, okay? I want to get my pocket on the ball side of that ball.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you can come in.
Yeah, so I'm following the movement back towards the plate. Now, I can do it two different ways, too.
Yeah.
I can start here and body shift back. I just want to feel like my body, or your movement, your intended movement.
Yeah.
Because the umpire might be, let's say it's front door to a right-handed hitter.
Yeah.
He's probably going to put his hand on my, on my shoulder, my back, somewhere. So if he feels my body shift back, he's going to assume, oh, that ball caught the
exactly.
To the plate.
Exactly.
Something like that, right?
Right.
So I'm doing a little bit of, manipulation with my body, or I'm doing a little bit of manipulation with my glove.
But it's better to manipulate with a glove because now the umpire is perceiving minimal movement.
Correct. And for me too.
Yeah.
Like I look at it this way. If I leave, and going back to the target one over here, hide inside. Yeah. Or outside, wherever, right? If I leave my glove here, what is that telling the umpire? The ball's probably in that zone.
Sure.
So I don't want to necessarily have a stagnant target. So if I set my glove target here early, and I shade a little bit that way, he loses sight of it. Yeah. Now, this stance here that I have with my left knee up is to try to provide you somewhat of a backstop. Yeah. If I'm open and turned this way, right, Now that takes away his reference point for the base of the bottom of the zone.
Okay.
But what if I get too far out here?
Yeah.
What if he sees me do this?
Right.
So I'm just trying to give you a visual perception of, okay, like that's wide base. You're in the zone if you throw it in my bottom.
And I've noticed like whatever side of the plate that I'm going to, I do better with that side, that knee up. And it's leverage for you, right? It's leverage for your hand to come back in.
Correct.
Yeah.
I think it's that way too. Again, yeah. And again, it goes back to I'm taking away that reference point for the umpire.
Yeah.
Right? So if it's a low pitch, right? Let's say it's right here. The ball's starting to go low, and I have my stagnant target, my mitt target here.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
And I try to lift it.
Yeah.
He sees that two-piece. But if I go here,
Yeah. Right.
and I'm aggressive and I provide some sort of like positive movement through it,
Right.
we have a better shot of getting the strike ball.
Facts. All right, I'm gonna go around. We'll go arm side elevated heater,
Okay?
arm side cutter, and then arm side changeup.
Okay.
First one of the day. How we doing? That's how we're doing, boys.
Ooh.
I know.
Ooh.
I know.
Is that the split?
That's the Volk piece.
Woo.
That's the Volk. Arm side cut. Cheddar shade just a little bit more middle than the last.
Right.
Yeah, perfect. Change shade a little glove side. Nice pick. So I was just gonna say before I came set,
Yeah.
it's weird with my changeup. I almost like not so much like a fastball elevated sights,
Okay.
but a little like when I think down, I get that.
Okay.
And not the 40-foot one, but I get this.
You push it.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So when I get like a little bit more like, hey, come to me, like,
Yeah.
let's go. Now I'm like, oh, let's freaking ride, you know?
All right.
So I hate, again, like sitting here talking about all this stuff because it's like I have so many little ticks that like are so tedious.
I gotta know those.
Yeah.
Like if I'm catching you in a game, I gotta know your ticks.
Yeah, exactly. Like now I have a little freedom. I'm feeling dangerous. Shorts are short. And that could have been a great clip if I elevated it. Cheddar. Same spot as that changeup. Cutter, glove side. Now we'll go slurve, middle, fastball, elevated. Fastball down on the glove side. Convioso, same spot.
So I'll sacrifice for you a potential strike if that's what's going to get you to do that movement right
I'm not, so with my, it's per pitch.
now. Okay.
So with my changeup, I'm not trying to get a called strike.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I have like particular pitches that I would be like, hey, I'll go with my guy before the game and I'll be like, this. You gotta grind for me because these are my called strike pitches.
Gotcha.
This, and this. These like don't work too hard for me because my goal is to get a swing and miss. So now do more from like the setup and my visualization standpoint to influence the productivity of that pitch.
Understood.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And I'm sitting here hating myself because I'm like such a high maintenance freaking doucher.
There's nothing wrong with that, though.
I know.
Well, I'm talking about the high maintenance stuff.
But at least I know. Like, and that's the thing is like I never knew all this stuff before.
Yeah.
And now I do, and I can kind of inch my way closer and closer to consistency.
I understood.
Thank you.
I understood.
I appreciate you. Middle elevated, and then we'll work some curveballs. Curveball. Hey, do you believe in the one knee as it pertains to blocking? Just go ahead and get long with the short hop?
Great question.
Thank you.
I truly believe this, right? Your intention with that first pitch is what, right? To throw a strike.
The curveball?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fastballs. Your intentions are to throw the fastball. in the air, right? But I'm just talking in general, right?
Yeah.
When we get to those two strike counts, I think depending upon where we're at in the game, if you're a runner on first base, two strikes, depending upon the count, is a 3-2 count, is a 2-strike count, my intention might be to block it because this guy is going to swing and miss.
Facts, yeah.
If it's earlier in the game, right, and there's a runner at first base, we're the home team, I might pick that so I can look to maybe throw. If he's a good base runner and he reads dirt ball, I'm going to pick and try to throw. That's my only shot of throwing that guy out at second.
Right.
So I think it depends upon pitch. As it pertains to the stance, yes, there's some lateral, some restraints going laterally.
Yeah.
However, I'm here in the ground. You lead to the ball with your glove because, again, you want to catch everything.
Yeah.
But do we block the ball? Like, here's a perfect example. Here's a stat, okay? Last year, Tomas Needham blocked 35 balls. They were considered 35 blocks. How many of those do you think hit his chest protector?
Out of 35, half?
5 hit his chest protector.
So, okay.
Do you get my point, though? But
so a block ball is still like a short hop pick?
It's a short hop pick. They consider it a block ball.
Okay.
But, like, your hands move faster than your body moves. I would go watch a game the other day.
Yeah.
Chris Rabago, good catcher for the AAA Mudhens.
Yeah.
Okay? I break it down frame by frame. His knees literally do not hit the ground until the ball's out in front of him. Like, it had hit his glove, hit his chest, and his knees then hit the ground.
Okay.
So your hands move faster than your body.
Sure.
So if we pick it, we pick it. If we don't, we're better with our hands.
It can move through space quicker because it's less resistance.
Exactly. So, and it's for a big guy like me that doesn't have very good flexibility. So if I do this and my glove goes down late, that ball's between my legs.
Right.
There's nothing to stop it.
But it just sucks because the perception of like a catcher, my dad will always say this, you go to short hop pick and it gets away, you're now perceived as lazy.
Potentially, yes.
That's the tough part.
Potentially, yes. But again, my intention is to catch the ball, right?
Yeah.
If your intention as a pitcher, if like I call for this ball right here.
Yeah.
Robbie, I want this ball in the dirt.
Yeah.
And you throw it a couple feet out, I'm telling myself, I need to block this pitch no matter what.
Sure.
And if I go and pick it, that's lazy intention.
Now, piggybacking off of that spot, if I'm throwing it there in the dirt, it's probably going to be, if I'm a righty, it's going to be something moving to your right shoulder.
Correct.
Now, are you doing anything preset to influence like that kind of right shoulder engulfing the ball in a block position? Like
potentially.
Pre-pitch?
It's so ambiguous of an answer.
And how much of it,
question.
how much percentage of it is just instinctual? Like, yeah, you can think about it, like before the pitch comes, like, okay, whatever, but like at the end of the day, like the ball releases his finger and your body just...
I think you said the right word. It's instinctual.
Yeah.
Right? So again, if I have in my head mentally, I want to keep the ball in front, we don't want the runner to get in a scoring position.
Yeah.
But we have less than 2 strikes, less than 2 outs, right? Okay, what's my intention there? Yeah,
sure.
My intention, if he calls for this pitch, my instincts might be, okay, I'm going to try to catch this because he's got a 1-2 count on him. I want the strike call. Because this guy can't, he might not swing at it. He's very take-driven at the plate. For me, though, like, you talked about, okay, yeah, you want to throw this banger right here. Mm-hmm. I'm already, again, I'm going to get my body going this way because I want to get outside of it. So if I do this, boom, I can do it. If I can push off, then I'm going to push off.
Yeah.
But again, I think it goes back to, like, this is at our level. Like, the higher the level, strikes matter more than, or let me say this. Defensive run saves from a catching standpoint, like 98% of it is based upon how you catch the ball. You get more runs saved by the way you receive. They bundle, with analytics, they bundle in the metrics, they bundle throwing and blocking together. They call it actual defensive run saves as it relates to that. So, or fielding run saves, excuse me. Then you have SLAA, which is strikes looking above average.
Yeah.
The more that I get on the buffer zones, the better. It's better for me to take a chance to go get you if it's a 1-1 count, to go get you that one, that strike. Try to get that strike. And then if that guy goes into scoring position,
it's all count dependent.
It's all count dependent.
Yeah.
So if I get you that strike, we're out of the inning.
Right.
If that guy's at second, he's still got to get a base hit off you.
Right.
and you have more in your arsenal that you can throw at him.
Yeah.
Okay, if he's diving on that pitch, right? If
Yeah.
he check swings here, okay, then I'm going to bust him back in. Maybe I get you confident. Hey,
Yeah.
let's bust him in.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go high and inside.
Yeah.
Right off his knuckles. Okay, so now we're sitting at 3-2.
Yeah.
I feel more confident in 3-2, in my opinion, than 2-2.
Yeah.
Because he's thinking, okay, I can walk, so I'm going to be more apt to swing the bat at things.
Yeah. Well, 2-2, 3-2 action counts.
Yeah, and if
Yeah.
you trust your shit,
Right.
you're going to throw that banger again,
Right.
and you're going to.
And that's the evolution of the game too. Like how much more like behind in count, even count, off speeds are we seeing?
right.
Middle elevated fastball. Curveball. Middle.
Nice. See, and I didn't move down that time.
I know, because it looks, as soon as I threw it, I'm just like, that just looks easier.
Now, are you ever a pitcher? Let me ask you this question. Are you ever a pitcher if you come set, right? Let's say I give you a count hold, right? Okay, before I give you my sign. So I'm like, hey, Robby, I want you to hold it for 4 seconds.
Okay.
4-second hold before you deliver.
Yeah.
Are you a guy that's okay if I do this?
You could do whatever you want until the moment in which this foot leaves the ground,
Gotcha.
because that's the crazy part. And that's why I was telling you earlier, I struggle with guys that as soon as the foot leaves, this goes away. It's almost the opposite. Like when this lifts, and most of the time I don't even look at like the catcher until the foot lifts, and then it's like I lock in.
I got you.
Sometimes I'm almost too locked in and I need to like take a walk and be like, all right, disconnect a little bit, establish some freedom.
You don't have any Louis Tiant, Fernando Valenzuela, none of that, Johnny Cueto, none of that in you.
I have all of that.
From the mannerisms, yes, but I'm talking about with the sight.
But that's what I'm saying. So like, all right, so maybe I shouldn't say when I lift the foot, because when I'm in the windup, I do like quick pitches and hesitations.
Okay.
So it's almost as, all right, let me rephrase. Instead of lifting my leg, it's almost as in, as soon as I load.
Gotcha.
As soon as I load, that's when I need stillness, quietness, bulkiness.
I got you.
That makes sense. Curveball. Where's that starting? Okay, fastball, throw the sights right where that curveball started. Okay, now slurve right where that fastball started. Change up, middle. Fastball right where the changeup started. All right, I'm gonna go fastball, glove side, down, and you do what you need to do to give me this call. I'm gonna go change it, I'm gonna quick pitch too.
Okay.
So we can say 1-1, and now this is where I'll go curveball at the top of the zone. I'm not gonna super top, but it's a ball out of the hand, and then ends as a strike. Now we go fastball, shade arm side, top of the zone with a hesitation. I'm good.
Nice.
That was fun. Here you go. Thanks, dude. That was good.
Absolutely.
I always appreciate
that
you,
was
man.
really good.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.